Hey there, guys. We're going to be going back to Superior Being Hadlar, and I was challenged to do a rank 1 party with the weakest party that could still rank 1. So I believe that's going to be a wind party. So this is overall a relatively underpowered party, but it can still get a rank 1. So let's get in here and give it a go. So we're going to use Zidane as our leader, Malphase and Eiko for the field, Sky in mid for jumping, etc. So to start off, we're going to use Malphase's base form LB to activate tag chaining. Sky in the base form will do needles. Emperor on Lakshmi will do stop immunity. Eiko will do fire resist with Medines, and then we'll just hit the boss twice with Tailwind. And then Zidane will use Provoke from Ifrit. Now, we need to fill mid's LB gauge on turn 1. Mine is only EX1. So we're wearing 1000% fill rate in her base form. And if she gets a few crystals, we'll be good. She absolutely plays dodgeball with every single crystal, and she didn't get, like, anything. She got 1 crystal. That was horrible. Let's just try that again. And yeah, we just need 4 crystals to go to mid. It really shouldn't be that hard. But as you see, sometimes it just won't happen. And if your mid is EX2, you know, you're going to be fine. But mine is, of course, only EX1. So we got to play this fill the LB gauge thing on turn 1. And there we go. Okay, so now we're going to shift mid and use the shifted LB. That'll give her a modifier buff. But most importantly, it'll give us a wind amplify field. So we're miraging from Needles, and we're using fire resist from Eiko. Okay, on this turn, we're going to use Eiko's base form LB for the big stat buff, LB buff, etc. Emperor will do Hymn of the Faith to power up Eiko's LB. Zidane can do double in Aroga. And then we're going to do Secret Technique for the modifier buff. Malphase can shift here. And we're going to do in the shift form. As the Crow Flies, Demon Killer, Skilled Scavengers, and her field. Sky can shift here. And we'll do her Magnus, Severe, and Overcast. And we're going to wait for all this to finish, and then we're going to jump mid so that she lands on turn 4. Okay, so mid will use final Spine Shatter Dive. Okay, there's no AoE physical this turn, so we don't need Mirage. Just some fire damage, etc. We're going to get Imperiled. But we're wearing enough fire resist with Eiko's buff to still be immune even after the Imperil. Okay, so this turn, Zidane's going to go to the base form. And remember, he's provoking from the Provoke buff from Ifrit. So he's still provoking even though we're not wearing Provoke gear. So we're going to do 2-stack Mirage for the party with Evasion, 150 amp. And then we're going to do Speedy Boost on himself for a 5-stack Mirage, so that he doesn't need to wear evasion gear in this clear. We're going to use the break on Emperor. We're going to use Eiko to shift here. And we'll do fill the LB gauge. We'll do Last Resort, and we'll do Eiko's Prayer as the last action. I believe this is her focus. It is. Eiko's Prayer. Malphase will just do her 150 amp. That's also the focus for her. And we'll normal attack Sky, which will send her off to land next turn with her double dipping modifiers. Okay, so even though we're imperiled, we're fine. Sky is not wearing fire resist gear, but she jumped, so we don't really care. Okay, it is now time to kill the boss. So we're going to use Emperor's SLB, Eiko's shifted LB, Zidane's base form LB, Malphase's LB, which we're tag chaining, and then we're going to drop our Dragoons. So we're going to send the chainers first. We're going to wait for the Malphase to give the max modifier chain, drop our Dragoons, and we're looking for big damage. We need 24.5 or better to damage cap. We need to get a little bit of a variance roll here to get it with this party, but I was tasked 24.9. There's the damage cap. I was challenged to do it with the weakest party I think that I can do it with, and 24.481 is the amount. We did 24.5, so we did 500,000 or 500 million more than we needed for our perfect score with a wind party. And while we're calling it a wind party, it's really a Malphase party. If you've got lightning, you know, go with a Rebel party, stick Malphasey on there, give her a 750 leader skill, and it'll be just, you know, all there. But anyway, we did a pure wind party with Janky Zidane as our leader, and it still worked out. So 10,000 or 10 billion on Malphasey, 4.3 on mid. Mid also did our field. 3.6 on Sky, and she did the Spear and Peril for mid because we don't have time for mid to do it herself. 734 million on Emperor, and we only overcapped by 500 million, so we needed Emperor's damage. 2.1 on Aiko and 4 on Zidane. So yeah, wind units are definitely not part of the meta right now. They're relatively weak. Other than Malphasey, she's the only wind unit worth a damn in the game right now. But she basically carried it. Anyway, here's the clear. I have a turn chart in the comments if you really want to follow it. This was a challenge run. I was asked to do it with the weakest party. I think that could still do it. I think this is probably the weakest party that can still realistically get the damage cap. But I wouldn't recommend you specifically copy this because the party's pretty weak. But it got it done, so whatever. So mid in the base form, 1000% LB fill rate, a little bit of fire resist. No fire resist. We didn't take any damage though. I wonder why. Or maybe we did and I just didn't notice it. Whatever. Anyway, Dragon's Brush, Pause Prosperity, Call of the Wild, just for the help. But here we go. So Demon is, I'm sorry, 1000% fill rate. What am I doing? Shift form. Don't have her STMR because she's only EX1. But there it is. Jump modifier gear. So Kamari's Pendant, Dragoon's Helm, her own TMR, etc. Demon Killer. And she is maxed on Jump and maxed on Demon. Max Jump and Max Demon. Sky in the base form, kind of irrelevant. Gave her Needles and a little bit of Fire Resist. Shift form is Dragoon's Helm, Berserker's Dress Sphere, Kamari's Pendant, her intrinsic chain cap, and then the jump card, all the jump modifiers. She's an ancient unit, but she still helped. So max jump damage and maxed Demon Killer. There it is. And we don't need fire resist on her because we jump out of the way. Malphasey in the base form, just a little bit of fire resist. There we go. Shift form is the big carry here, all the clash gear, etc. There it is, maxed on everything, and she did the most damage. Emperor did damage, and it was important, so here it is. You know, Rod for his own thing, Demon Killer maxed on everything, and yeah, there it is, maxed and maxed Magical Demon Killer. Aiko in the base form is honestly kind of whatever, a little bit Esperfill. Shift form is Evocation versus, well, Evocation, because that's its own thing. And there it is, we gave her Chow's card. You know, you can use whatever card you want, but maxed on everything. And then Zidane. In the shift form is Passive Provoke Evasion with Zidane's or Titus's STMR. There it is. And then we're on Ifrit for the Provoke skill. That just saves us a materia slot. If you don't have that, give him Provoke in the base form. Because in the base form, when we shift, you saw what I did there. But there it is, maxed on everything and some fire resist. And okay, there was our clear. Hope it was enjoyable. I'll do some more powerful clears in the future that aren't this like razors tight on the variants, etc. So see you in a bit.